guys, my name is Kat, and today I'm going to share with you 10 of the most common English words that I use that do not exist in the Spanish language. I have been studying Spanish for some time now, and there are lots of words I cannot pronounce correctly even after living in Spain for 3 years. If you want to check out that video, click here. Okay, let's go. The first word is soggy. Soggy. Soggy is such a great word. It is not blandito. Soggy is what happens to food when it encounters water. For example, if you leave your cereal soaking in soy milk for 20 minutes, that is soggy. Your sofa cannot be soggy. That is blando. And a sponge can never be soggy either. This is a word that I use constantly to talk about you can't put the tomatoes in the fridge with oil because the next day it will be soggy. The second word is to hump. To hump someone or something. This action is humping. To hump. You can translate this word to hacer un movimiento como follar, but there's not an exact word for this motion. Humping doesn't necessarily mean that you are having intercourse. It doesn't mean that you even have your clothes off. It's this motion of doing this, which is to hump something. A dog can hump something, a person can hump something, a person can hump a couch. A person can hump pretty much anything. Anything can be humped. My third word is wiggle. This is wiggle, to wiggle, just like the song Wiggle With It. Wiggle, wiggle. Some people can translate this to maneo or manear, but it's different. You can move your hips in a way of manear la cadena, but you cannot wiggle your hips. It's the motion. Some people also try to translate it as mover el cuerpo, but it's not exactly moving the body. It's the specific way that you're moving your body that is wiggle. So I say this a lot with the kids that I teach, stop wiggling around on the floor. It's literally this motion that they're doing on the floor. My fourth word is snack. Any person that is living in the 21st century probably knows what this word is, but there is not an exact translation to the word snack in the Spanish language. Some people say para picar or picoteo, but it's a little different. When you want just a snack at a restaurant, you can say, I just want a snack. It just means you just want a little bit of something, like a bag of chips, or just a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or a thing of pretzels. And I hear a lot in Spanish that people say quiero un snack because it's a little different. It's not an exact translation to the word snack. Also in English you can say, oh, I feel so bloated, I've been snacking all day. That means literally you just been eating little junk food all day, like bags of chips, maybe some chocolate. That is to snack. My fifth word is biased. I literally say this word all day long. Probably at least 1,000 times a day, I say the word biased. Some people say bias is perjuicio or parcialidad, but bias is different from prejudice. If a person with a green hat robs your house and then after that you have prejudice that people with green hats rob houses, but that's not necessarily to have a bias. I can have a bias of something because I have maybe more experience with that. That's maybe the only type of thing I've seen. You can say all day long, Nebraska is the best state that you can be from because I am from Nebraska. That is a bias. My sixth word is to procrastinate. I'm sure you have maybe heard this before, but this is such a great word. It's just such a great word. I've heard people say procrastinate, but it's a little bit different because you can say procrastinate in Spanish and it doesn't mean something negative, whereas in English, procrastinate literally means you put this thing off into the last moment and that's why it didn't get done. Posponer is to put off, but in English, procrastinate is always a negative connotation, which in Spanish, it just does not exist. My seventh word, and probably one of my favorites on this list, is to spoon. This is to spoon. This is such a great word. It's just this moment to people cuddling like this. And it's not exactly cuddling. You can literally spoon with anybody. You can spoon with someone you don't even know. You can spoon with a friend. You can spoon with your mom. That's a little weird, but you can do that. Spooning is like a very innocent, essentially, action. And it's just lovely. My eighth word is potluck. Potluck for me is an amazing word. It's literally a party and everyone brings their own food just to share with everybody. If you say potluck with anything, you don't have to tell anybody they have to bring food. They already know. It is such a great word. You don't have to specify, like in Spanish, oh, vamos a tener una fiesta en casa y todo el mundo tiene que llevar comida. We're gonna have a potluck this weekend and everybody already knows they have to bring food. My ninth word is to stock. This word can be very important to use in English if you have somebody that will just not leave you alone. I've heard people try to translate this to estalquear, but I think that is very like taking it from the English language and just making it Spanish. Stalk is like a person that will try to follow you, to call you, to get in contact with you, and they will not leave you alone. So if I say my ex will not stop stalking me, that means if I go to work, he's at work waiting for me. If I'm driving home, he's driving behind me. I go outside to my balcony to put out my clothes and I can see him down at the first floor staring up at me, taking pictures of my house. That is to stalk. If you go to the police and say, this person is stalking me, they already know that this person is following you. This person is a crazy psycho and this person needs to be arrested. My 10th word is to hustle. I love this word. If you have a trip planned to go 1 month traveling throughout Africa, you can say, man, I need to hustle this month because I have this big trip. You need to be putting in more hours, working Saturdays, working nights. You need to be trying to get that money so you can afford your trip. To get money quickly, any way possible. It doesn't matter the time, the effort, you do what you have to do to get that money. My 11th word that I just cannot believe doesn't exist in the Spanish language is the word mean. You have simpático and you have antipático, but in Spain, for whatever reason, nobody says antipático. You say, se comportó muy mal conmigo, she was very bad with me, but the word mean, as in he's a mean person or she said something mean to me, doesn't really exist. How do you translate that? Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. If you like this video and if you could relate to any of it in the video, please give me a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button just below and comment in the comment box what words have you found that you cannot translate into the English language. I will see you in the next video. Bye.